Hey guys! Uh-oh. See my crazy gif again? Ones, tens, cha-cha-cha. Today we are adding two-digit numbers with regrouping. So this is a little different than what we did last week. So regrouping is this idea where you're starting in the ones because it's ones, then tens, then cha-cha-cha. And in the ones, you end up having 10. And you can't have tens and ones. That's why there's a tens column, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take the ones that equal 10 and move them into the tens column. So this is the paper that you need to have in front of you. And you can see here, Mrs. Smith is going to move her face a little bit, that I've kind of set mine up to look like this. Now, I used these, I made myself blue shapes. You do not have to, you could color yours in. They're still on the paper. I just needed to be able to show you that I was adding to them because that's the part of the trick today. So on this paper, we are going to start in the ones, which of course is over here on the right. And that's the one in brown, pennies, ones on the right. Kind of get where I'm going. Then on the left are the tens, and the tens are like dimes, and that's why we use the silver. So last week we had a conversation about starting with the ones and adding up all the ones and then finding an answer to put down here. And then we added up all the tens and put an answer down here, and then we were able to transfer the answer. Done, bing, bang, boom, done. Today's is a little bit more difficult. Today, you're going to see the problem right now. So the first number was 37. Here's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 19. So here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So if I were to add 7 and 9, how much is that? It's 16. That's way too many. I cannot go down here and put 16. That's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10 from that ones and I'm going to move it into the tens column, and then whatever I'm left with, that's what stays in the ones. So this is called regrouping. So you can see here Mrs. Smith created this polygon that shows 10 of these ones. Then what happens is that these go away from the ones and we add a 10 over here. So this 10 is now this 10's rod in the tens column. So now I'm ready to add again, but this time correctly. How many ones are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, how many tens? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the answer is 56. All right. So I want to show you, so when your parents and I were going to school, we were taught something called carrying. When you carry, it's literally as if I were carrying those 10 ones, and carrying them over to the tens column. So that means that when you show this, when you're doing the math, if you're not using these blocks, you're adding a 1 here at the top, and that shows that I'm adding a 10 to this column. And then I'd be able to answer it. So if you look here, this is 7 plus 9 is 16. See how the 1 and the 6 go together to make 16? And then I just count all three of these numbers together. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. That's 56. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to start with the ones. I need to, they've given me 54 and 36. So I count them out, and I create a polygon to show that all of these ones need to be moved over to make a 10, because you can't have tens in the ones. So that means that all of these have gone away, and they equal another column in the Whoa, that's strange. They equal another column in the tens. Are there any ones left over, first grade? If nothing's left over, what number is nothing? You are correct. Let's count the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's the answer? The answer is 90. And now we're going to do the same thing here. 4 plus 6 is 10. I'm going to put the ones down here, and I'm going to show that I'm carrying or regrouping 110 into the tens. Now I need to add up all these three numbers. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 90. Okay, I want you to try to do this on your own. You don't have to draw this crazy polygon that I drew. You could just color in 10 of them, maybe cross them out, and then move them over. So pause me now to try to do what I was just doing. Okay, now you check your answer. You should have found 10 ones that we can move over. So that means that I need to cross these out because they're not here anymore. Where are they? That's right, we moved another 10 over here. So how many ones are left? That's right, there's one left. And I'm going to make this white so that we can see it. And this one too. Then we count the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The answer is 71. Now let's go over and do the same thing over here. First we do the ones, tens, cha-cha-cha, ones. 2 plus 9, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to put the ones down here, and I know I move 110 over here. So now I'm going to add 1 plus 4. 5 plus 2 more. 5 plus 2? 7. The answer is 71. You can see that when I'm doing both, that's why I'm doing these pictures. It helps me to check my answers. Now let's go over and do this one. This one has the stars because it's a little bit more difficult. So we have 68 and 84. That's a big number. We're going to isolate a 10. We're going to get rid of them from the ones because they can't stay here anymore. We're going to move another 10 over here. I'm going to make this guy a little bit smaller. Okay, and now we're going to add them up. How many ones are left over? There are 2 left over. How many 10s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait a second, 15? Well, look at that number. This number ends up being in the hundreds. 152. So there are actually 15 tens. Now, that means that if we were going to use the same system, and if Mrs. Smith was going to be very correct, that would mean that actually our answer would look like this. And I'm going to move mine around a little bit so that you can see what I'm talking about. And now I'm going to change the color just to show this is the actual answer now. It's 152. So as our numbers get bigger, we can't add more than a certain amount in each column. So then we build on and we get a new column. And if you look here, we can answer this question the same way. 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means down here would be the 2, and up here is the 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 8? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here's the 15. Okay, now it's your turn. over here, I'm going to show you what you need to create on your paper. First, you create the blocks. All you have to do is draw a rectangle and some squares. Notice that my squares do not touch. Notice that my 19, which is right here, does not touch my 14. The clearer I create my math, the less problems I will have. If I just create a big old jumble, I'm not going to know anything, okay? So be careful with that. So first step, count out the ones. Find yourself a group of 10. That 10 is not going to stay here. That 10 is going to be moved into the tens. How many ones are left over? 3. How many tens are there now? 3. Okay. So if, as I look here, I have 9 plus 4. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 3 goes here and the 10s gets moved. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus another 1 is 3. Okay, I want you to try the rest of these on your own. You will see this again in second grade, so if your mind is just like puff of smoke, that's okay. You will see this again. Watch the video again. Challenge yourself, my friends. Talk to you soon.